Welcome back. Two of tonight's 4 matches set for the Lakeside have been played. Larry Butler won through to the last 16 of the men's tournament. Aileen de Graaf moved into the quarter-finals at the Women's World Championship. Jamie Hughes is about to play Ross Montgomery, and this could be dramatic. Then it's 2-time champion Ted Hankey back in the tournament after a 4-year absence versus Martin Phillips. That could be electric. Crowd are revved up, ready for both these matches. Over to Richard Ashdown on the Lakeside stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2016 BDO World Championships, and we're here at the home of World Darts, the Lakeside! We now bring to the stage a former Winmore World Masters finalist, the reigning Romanian Classic, Swedish Open and Jersey Classic champion. He's the boy from the Black Country, it's Yozza, Jamie Hughes! You're everywhere and nowhere, baby. We now introduce a winner of 9 world ranking titles. He's a former Finger Darts Masters and Dutch Open champion. He's the captain of Scotland, the boss, Ross Montgomery!
Boy, it's the boss. It's the boss.
On this match, it's George Riley and John Rawling.
Thank you very much, Ray. The pride of the Black Country, Jamie Hughes, against a very proud Scotsman in Ross Montgomery. Jamie Hughes coming into the strains of the great Wolverhampton Wanderers anthem. Hi-ho Wolverhampton, hi-ho Silver Lining. And Ross Montgomery, who played so well last year getting to the quarter-finals. Jamie Hughes going out in the second round to Glenn Durrant. And it looks as though there's maybe a little bit of a problem with the board. They're just going to have a look at this, George. And I think they're just going to check whether or not it's absolutely okay. Ross has had his 2 penneth. Not sure whether he agrees, but there you are.
Jamie doesn't think it's straight. Looked all right to us.
Yeah, looks pretty straight to me.
Well, we're going to have a delay anyway. We're going to make absolutely sure. There was actually something that perplexed Ross Montgomery at the start of his walk-on as well. I don't know if it was the wrong choice of music, or there was something anyway that he wasn't hugely satisfied with, it seems.
Whatever. The boss from Kilbride in Scotland had a really good win last year. Remember that 4-0 victory over Scott Waits in the second round. Went out 5-1 in the end to Martin Adams, Wolfie, in the quarter-finals, but he's got 9 BDO ranking titles, very experienced. First time actually since he first played in 2006 that he's actually not been seeded. He's what you could call a dangerous floater here. Jamie Hughes seeded 4. He'd be the favourite, but it's by no means going to be an easy outing. This is a tough draw for him. Jamie Hughes, winner of the Romanian Classic, the Jersey Classic and the Swedish Open. Now 29 years old, 5 ranking titles in all to his name, and he's been rising up the rankings. Good player. Likeable bloke as well. Montgomery aiming to become the 3rd Scotsman to win a BDO World title. Jockey Wilson and Les Wallace being the other 2. Now 53 years old, Ross. Captain of Scotland.
Ladies and gentlemen, first set, first leg, Jamie to throw first. Game on!
Game on indeed. Jamie's got the darts. I think this could be good.
Let's hope so. We've got the board sorted out at least. Both players on the hockey. Here we go. Just bend the wire of the treble with 55. The opening dart. So only a 55 to start for Jamie.
In the WDF World Cup, Ross got to the singles final, lost out there to a Welshman, 41. Jim Williams, but he can at his best play really well. He averaged 97 when he put Scott Waits out last year.
Yeah, he had a 161 finish 65. In that as well, didn't he?
He did.
En route to the quarter-finals before he was downed by Wolfie.
Interesting to hear Ray and Scott exploring the theory that maybe he almost wants it too much. I don't know about that. I think in any sportsman, a real desire to better yourself and come out on top, it can pay dividends. Ask Gary Anderson.
Well, if you don't want it badly, what on earth are you doing here?
Montgomery, a 140 in his last visit, and following on, trying to pepper that
66.
treble 20.
66.
Looking for the 19s.
50.
Not landing with it though.
I almost admit with some trepidation that I couldn't remember whether Jamie was a Wolves fan or a West Brom fan, and that
You
is
don't want to get
something
that
now
one wrong.
I chose not to ask the question.
140.
Got somebody else to ask for me. Yeah, we sort of went. I kind of thought it was Wolves, so it was
140.
couched as "Are you a Wolves fan?" which is
114.
perhaps it as well. Right, 114.
You could ask an open "what have you made of the season so far" question and try and
70.
deduce it from there.
Jamie, you require 83.
It's like asking me if I support Sheffield Wednesday. You try that one. Okay, here comes Yozza, Jamie Hughes. 16 would leave a bull.
58.
Good effort.
Ross,
Not
you
this
require
time.
36.
Double 18 against the throw for the Scotland captain, way off. Closer.
No score.
No.
Jamie, you require 25.
Double 8 to take first blood in this opening set. That's surely going to be a good marker. Just working along the oche a bit to improve the angle, and in it goes.
Game shot down the first leg. Jamie Hughes, second leg. It's Ross to throw first. Game on.
Two areas down in the players' room where they practice. One which is
81.
a little bit noisy and boisterous, and another one, a quiet room where you're away from it and there's nobody giving any sort of distractions. And that was where Jamie chose to make his final preparations for this
60.
match. Staying away from all the noise and just concentrating on his throw and getting himself absolutely right. Good dart.
83.
Yeah, seeded 4 is England's Jamie Hughes this year. He's had a good season actually, up 6 places in the rankings.
Well, the people he beat in those
140.
finals which he took, James Hurrell for one, then Scott Waits and Ryan de Vrede. So he's beaten some good men to take those titles.
100.
Well, he's going to have to beat a good player today.
59.
Montgomery will be so keen to hold on to his throw here, not to allow the Englishman to
81.
gain an early advantage. Needed that treble with his last start.
Yeah, he had that great run, Montgomery, last year, but prior to that, never been beyond round 2.
It's his ninth Lakeside.
Ross, you require 156.
For Ross, and he's got 156 here. Can't be done on this occasion. But Hughes with a big ask, 142, if he's going to
60.
strike against the throw.
Jamie, you require 142.
So treble 20. Oh, he's going to go 17s perhaps here. Yes, he was. Oh, he was looking for the bull. Go back to 20s.
102.
Excellent final dart.
Well,
Ross,
thinking on the
require
17s,
96.
2 treble 17s leaves tops. Or would have done. Treble 19 then for Montgomery, would have left 18s. That's a good last
64.
dart.
Jamie, you require
Tops
40.
for Jamie to make it 2 successive legs. Double 10. One dart at fives.
35.
Oh dear.
Ross, you require
And he knows that
32.
was not a very clever dart. And is Ross going to make him pay? 16s. It's not a bad first one. And
Yes, that's good
makes
shot.
the
That's the second
small
leg.
adjustment.
Ross Montgomery.
And in it goes,
Third
safe
leg,
as
Jamie
houses.
to
One
throw
apiece.
first. Game on.
Yeah, a bit of a shaky start in terms of the checkouts. 1 of 6 for Hughes, 1 of 5 thus far for Montgomery.
They've not really got into gear on the scoring as yet,
60.
have they? Both of them averaging in the 70s, capable of a lot more.
Dorothy Montgomery watching on as Ross takes a breather.
$41.
That's more like it.
100.
As you said, John, Ross Montgomery unseeded here this year. First time that's happened since he made his debut 10 years ago.
85.
But as you pointed out, that makes him perhaps, what was your phrase, a dangerous floater?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, perhaps the greatest term of endearment, but I think I know what you mean.
100.
I know Chris Mason, my commentating mate, has a very
50.
high opinion of Jamie Hughes and reckons that he is certainly capable at some stage, maybe this year, you never know, but capable of winning this title. That looks a bit loose to me. Is he going to come away? Yep, he did.
139.
Wise.
$47. Jamie, you require 102.
So 102 for Jamie Hughes. Ball. Not this time.
62.
Well, he set it up nicely. He'll be back for tops.
Montgomery well back. It'll improve things a little.
100.
Just about managing
Jamie,
to
you
get on a
require
finish.
40.
170. Now Hughes to go ahead. First man to hold his throw, maybe. Tops needed.
Yeah,
Very
it's a
nice.
good shot. On the third leg. Jamie Hughes.
2 out of 7.
Fourth leg, it's Ross to throw first. Game on.
But that's one to enthuse his supporters. And there's a few of them come down from the Black Country as well. There's a fair amount of singing on that old anthem.
140.
Hi-ho, silver lining to the adjustment to the Wolverhampton direction.
Yes, it was a resounding rendition, wasn't it?
He actually comes from Tipton, which is Dudley.
It's where?
49.
Dudley. I know I can do that without offence. I've got family from that part of the world.
$100.
Ah, Sheffield Wednesday fans. And before anybody starts Googling that
99.
one, that is a sort of a friendly term of endearment which we Sheffield football supporters share between each other. If you're a Wednesday fan and you're a United fan, then that's the word which is used.
54.
And if you are a Wednesday fan and you're in the vicinity of the lakeside, feel free to pop up and say hello to John.
And, yeah, and tell me exactly what you think. Thank you very much for that, George.
95.
Good last start from Jamie Hughes.
$55.
It's on a bit of a slow burn, this match, isn't it?
Yeah, not really got going.
Could be that it just needs that little bit of an injection. If one player really starts hitting the numbers like this,
140.
then that might
Ross
actually
Montgomery, 152.
produce the momentum that we anticipated.
Yeah, much better, Jamie Hughes, nudging his average up to the mid-80s. Montgomery with this response. They switch down here.
82. Jamie, you require 118.
118 for Hughes then. This would be a strike against the darts and would have taken him to the first leg, but he can't do it now, so Montgomery will come back with 70 required to square up the sets once more. Opportunity
44.
missed.
Ross, you require 70.
Well, he won't want to leave the door open here, Ross Montgomery. Treble 18. Well, he's gone tens. So 20 leaves tops.
Yeah,
And he nails it. One dart is all he needed. 2-2 first set.
Jamie to
Well done, Ross.
Game on.
That's more like it. And capitalising on a loose visit from Jamie Hughes. And he's right back in there.
100.
Tight match. Hughes is scoring the heavier, but Montgomery getting a key finish there.
And he knew, didn't he? He'd slipped up there,
60.
Jamie Hughes. That look of anguish, that wince. He knew that it could be costly, and thus it proved. He'll switch, and a great cover dart.
96.
Proud Scotsman is Ross. And I know it means a lot to him to captain his country. And here looking to clinch what has been a very, very tight opening set.
100.
It's advantage Hughes, though, with the darts and these. Oh, yes!
180!
His first maximum and the first maximum of the match. 125. A very makeable checkout. May decide
60.
to go the bull
Jamie
route.
require 125.
Oh, he was looking for the bull first there.
25 maybe would have been. However, he's a long way clear, and that's a decent lead.
Yeah, he'll be back with a couple of 16s for the first set. Can Montgomery do something just to put a bit of doubt there? No, he can't.
57. Jamie
So,
require 32.
32 for Jamie Hughes. Double 8 for Jamie Hughes. One more shot at it.
16.
Well, a missed opportunity, but there will be at least one more.
Montgomery 224. Ton had given a little bit of a chance, and he's
54.
effectively given
Jamie
up there, I
require
think.
16.
Just wants to get this one out of the way and get on with the next and the next set. Maybe he's on 170.
8.
Well,
that's
Ross
six
require
missed darts.
170.
have I written him off too hard, too soon? See what he can make of this.
What a moment this could be.
Current highest checkout, is it 161? 170, the maximum checkout which you can get in a game of darts. It's
140.
good throwing.
Jamie, you require 8.
Well, he's back there now. If Jamie continues to miss, 6 missed set darts. Made that 7. Make that 8. Oh dear.
Well. Here comes Montgomery.
Ross
Jamie
require
Hughes has got the
30.
double blues.
Now, does he go straight at double 15, or is he going to go 10, double 10? Double 15, my guess. Now he has to tidy up. Double 4 for the first set.
22.
Well, Jamie will be feeling
4.
he probably doesn't deserve to win this leg, but hey, he still can.
2 out of 16. Montgomery said something to him as he made his way up to the hockey.
Oh, will it work? That's 10.
Yes, that's good
And
shot.
finally, number 11 is the
Hughes.
charm. Jamie Hughes
Second set, first leg.
touched his
Ross
fists.
to throw
Yeah, and
first.
sportingly there, nice to
Game
see
on.
Montgomery telling the crowd to keep the noise down when one or two were threatening to try and put Hughes off. So opening set to the man from Dudley as we move on now with Montgomery with the darts.
Well, he can count himself very fortunate, Jamie
60.
Hughes, that Ross Montgomery was absolutely miles back there, because you cannot be missing 10 darts at a double at the BDO World Championship.
$100.
Back with a ton. The fourth seed.
$43.
Both of them averaging only in the 70s.
$177.
That's good throwing. Winner of this match will face either Gary Robson or Madars Razma, the Latvian, who are in action tomorrow.
140. $60. $138. Jamie, you require 164.
Didn't go for the 20, he wanted to just set up and give him the opportunity of getting a Shanghai 120, but that's a great first dart. Treble 18 to leave, treble 19 rather, would have left the bull.
$96. Ross, you require 120.
So to hold on to the darts. Oh dear. Oh dear.
20.
Well, that's the 20
Jamie, you
gone.
require 68.
68 for Hughes. 16 leaves tops.
48.
Well, they're having
Ross, you
all
require
sorts of
100.
difficulties with these finishes, aren't they? A ruinous effect on their averages. He wants a double top there
20.
and doesn't get either of them.
Jamie, you require 20.
So double 10 for Jamie Hughes against the throw. That's
Jamie's
better.
asking shot down the first leg. Jamie Hughes.
Well, that's a break of throw.
Second leg, Jamie
And
to
puts him in
Rovers.
the driving
Game on.
seat in this second set, and already one set to the good. This is good.
140.
Solid 140.
Yes, 140 plus for the match. And there's one for Ross
140.
Montgomery.
Jamie Hughes' wife Jane watching on, and
And
she'll
will
be
be enjoying,
pleased
yeah.
with this indeed.
140. $96.
Chatting to Bob Potter earlier on, the fellow who owns this remarkable place in Frimley Green. Well into his 80s now. And I tell you what, I hope I look as good as that when I'm his age. Sharp as a tack.
Dresses very well as well, doesn't he, Bob?
What, unlike me?
65.
You said
Jamie,
it.
you require 81.
And
So-
he's always walking around talking to everyone inside.
Well, he loves this. He was on a finish.
41.
He's going to have time on his side. He's got another opportunity. Tops when he comes back. Now, Bob absolutely loves the darts. And look at this.
135.
Tops
Jamie,
then
you
for
require
Hughes to go
40.
2-0 ahead.
A little bit lower, will be bang on. A little smile
20.
And then he pulls it.
Ross should acquire 65.
That was Jane, Jamie's wife, watching on. Montgomery can take this out. Tops now.
45. Jamie
Can't get going,
acquire
can he?
20.
Ross at the moment. Another opportunity for Jamie Hughes. 2 10s.
Yes,
No mistake this time.
Second leg. Jamie Hughes.
A set
provides
and
Ross
2 legs to the
Rovers.
goods
Game
against the Scotland captain.
on. 134.
That's better. Montgomery, well, what he'd give to hold his throw here.
100. $125.
There's Richard Veenstra, the Dutch player. Happy-go-lucky character.
Dirk Kuyt's doppelganger.
137.
It's good to see his finishing has improved since he left Liverpool.
$140.
So Ross handily placed on 102 with the darts.
140.
It's a brilliant 140 though from Hughes. Just applying a bit of pressure. Good first dart. Double 16 now.
70.
Missed it.
Jamie, you'd acquire 124.
So this, well, it would be the highest checkout of the match, and it would be for a 2-set lead. Treble 20. Treble 18 leaves a shot at bull. Not this time for Yoza.
92. Ross should acquire
Good visit though.
32.
Both on 32. Montgomery double 8 now. 4s. And he's missed a key dart.
Can't buy a
Jamie,
double.
you'd acquire
Montgomery,
32.
2 of 13. 15% checkout. 2 16s.
Yes, asking short. And a
Nails
second
it,
set.
first goal.
Jamie Hughes.
And Jamie Hughes leads Ross Montgomery by 2 sets to 0.
Well, this match is still on the launch pad. Double trouble nearly cost Jamie the first set, but he's got the second set. The mystery is, where is the real Ross Montgomery? Something we'll ask Scott Mitchell. Welcome back to the Lakeside. So far tonight, victory for Larry Butler of the United States, Aileen de Graaf of the Netherlands, Jamie Hughes and Ross Montgomery about to complete their first round match to settle who goes to the last 16, and then anything could happen. Ted Hankey's going to play Martin Phillips. Live darts here on BT Sport tonight and every night this week. Jamie Hughes is in a commanding position. Where's the real Ross Montgomery? Not showed up, has he?
It doesn't seem that he has at the moment. I believe that, you know, he missed first 3 darts he missed. He had a chance to break Jamie and he, in the first leg, and he doesn't seem to have recovered from that. And he's just gone in at the end of the set and missed 3 darts again to save himself. So rather strange, the Ross that we're seeing.
Look, I think there might be a little bit of needle between these two. He's seen a few glimpses of a bit of body language. There might be some needle between the two players.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. I mean, Ross mentioned something to Jamie there before he won the set. He had a chat with him. I don't know whether Jamie would have liked that. Jamie's quite focused. He likes to get on and play darts, and that's not something Jamie would do. So whether that's upset Jamie, and you know, they just walked off together, and I think there was a few sort of daggers at each other. I'm not really sure what the problem was.
Well, it's tense. Back to George and John.
Goes back, doesn't it, to that desire to win as much as anything, I think.
Leg. Jamie to throw first.
In Ross's defence, I would say that he did try to quieten the crowd down when Jamie was on a key double.
And they touch fists after that.
60.
But who knows? We'll keep our eye on that. Maybe there is a little bit of spark, a bit of needle. Two very different characters, these two.
Well, you sometimes like to see a little bit of that, don't you?
Absolutely. Some of the great sporting rivalries, John, are fueled by hatred.
Going back a few years, I mean, one Mr. Bristow used to turned it into a fine art form, didn't he? Trying to wind people up, and the more the crowd bayed at him, the more he seemed to like it and thrive.
Well, the best way to quieten your opponent is to throw darts like that, and he has to do that now. Does Ross Montgomery? 2 sets down.
100. $60.
Well, Ross way clear here against the darts.
Well, the mystery of why Yossa was a bit
45.
miffed, maybe, with Ross, and they weren't getting on too well. We might have been able to explore a little bit more about it. We'll see this one out of the way
Bullseye.
first and then have a look.
99.
Hughes on 200. Montgomery a chance to strike against the throw, which will certainly brighten him up a bit.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Makes the 25 a must take.
25.
Double 8. Fours. Big darts. And he keeps his nerve.
Ross Montgomery. Second leg, Ross to throw first.
Good dart indeed. Had to take that. Hughes with the 180 was poised. Well, what happened as they
60.
left the stage at the end of that last set? We'll have a look after these three.
There's not been any eye contact since. Here we go. Let's have a look at this.
100.
Well, a little tap on the head from Yossa to Ross, and a reaction.
Wow.
Make of that what you will.
Wasn't exactly
100.
riotous, was it? Anyway, onwards with the game. Hughes 2 sets to the good.
78.
Montgomery with the break though in this third set.
28.
There was also that reaction, wasn't there, from
49.
Ross Montgomery right at the very start, when he looked miffed at the start of his walk-on.
Who knows?
We're not sure whether the wrong music was played or
47.
something was shouted. Who knows? Well, a couple of odd reactions from Montgomery this evening.
But the bottom line is that Hughes is ahead in the match. And looking to put some pressure on the throw here.
32.
Disappointed with that. Wrong bet.
$99. $85. Ross should acquire 167.
Well, Montgomery, I'm told, is on a finish here. He's on 167, not 165 as shown. So he's on 147 now.
57. Jamie, you require 157.
So he's left him on 110. And that's been 110 is what Montgomery requires. Hughes on 157.
There we go. Thankfully, the correct score for you, shown on the
93.
screen.
Ross should acquire 110.
And it is 110 for a two-leg lead. Third set for Ross Montgomery. Treble 18, or perhaps bull. Oh, neither. So we'll stay up.
50.
Hughes 64 to take
Jamie
the leg back
Maguire,
against the
64.
throw. Looking at the 16s and 8s. Double 8 now. Good finishing.
Shot on the second leg. Jamie
Good
Hughes.
stuff from Jamie Hughes.
Third leg, Jamie to
Back
throw
on
first.
level terms.
Game on.
And with the throw, so with the advantage in this third.
Yeah, both legs against the darts. Third set. 2 sets the advantage
60.
to England's Jamie Hughes, the 4th seed. Last 16 last year. 3 of his 5 career titles came in 2015. Moving him up the rankings.
60.
And here he is now, giving Montgomery a bit of a seeing to.
Part of that winning England team as well in the World Cup. Took place in Turkey. And he's got the bit between his teeth
100.
now, you sense.
$100.
Big leg, this one.
134.
The insignia on his collar, which we can
56.
hopefully have a look at. There you are. That's Gaelic for Scotland the Brave.
Well, he's going to have to show that bravery
43.
right now, because this is a real fight for Scotland's captain.
He's a better player than he's shown, isn't he?
Oh, much, much better than this.
99. Jamie, you require 164.
164 can be done. Oh, good dart. Treble 18 leaves the bullseye. Well, he just decided in the end, with time on his side, just to set it up.
Yeah, playing the percentages now, Jamie Hughes, to try and close this one out. No finish for Ross Montgomery. He was going to go down, but he's changed his mind. He's going to go 18. Great third dart.
Jamie, you require
Quality
52.
dart, that. So Hughes 32, double 16, double 8 now. Off
16.
the wire, Montgomery breathes again.
What a time for one of those.
Ross, you require 52.
Well, these are now must-get darts for Ross Montgomery. He's got one more at double 20.
12.
No.
So back comes
Jamie
Hughes for
requires
double 8
16.
again. Unlucky with that last dart on his last visit. This to hold his throw and go ahead in the third set 2-1. That's a good marker. Come on, he says. Yes.
Yes, Austin Schultz on the third leg. Jamie Hughes. Fourth leg is Ross to throw first. Game on.
Steely focus in the eyes, through the beads of perspiration. Big moments these for Jamie Hughes. Great response though from Ross Montgomery. Top 40.
Still waiting for his first match. 180 Montgomery. He's got to pretty much take everything from here. Somehow try and claw his way back.
99.
One
60.
leg away from defeat. Ross Montgomery. And a lot to ponder, because he's been way below his brilliant best today
100.
so far. But it can still be rescued. Level pegging with the throw. Needs a treble though.
100.
Well, he had to get that dart, you sensed. No, that was so bad that he can't stop himself laughing. That's the way. And again.
121.
How about that for a refocus? big fat one. And then 2 in the lipstick of the 20.
26.
And what a big moment that could prove here.
No finish then for Montgomery. Hughes will have first go at checking out here to perhaps win the match.
52.
So Hughes coming back with 129 now to try and check this one out and try and win the match. Montgomery on 70. He's put a bit of pressure on this one. He's put a lot of pressure on it, and the shake of the head tells you all you need to know. There's no finish. Montgomery can keep alive here. That's in the bull, the second dart.
Yeah, just doing a bit of last-minute maths there. Jamie Hughes
Ross requires 70.
leaves himself 56. Will he have a shot? 70 for Ross Montgomery, last year's quarter-finalist. This to stay alive. 15 would leave tops. Double topped to stay
50.
in the match, and he's missed it.
Jamie
So Jamie Hughes
56.
has a 2-darter to close it out.
16 for tops. 10s. Can he take it?
36.
No! Grazes the wire.
Ross should acquire 20.
Well, this has to land for Ross. Oh dear, double 5. These are awful.
Yes,
no mistake.
Ross Montgomery. Fifth leg, it's Jamie to throw first. Game on.
Match dart's gone then. Hughes though with the throw. And if he can hold on once again, he would take that third set and so progress into the
57.
next round.
Well, it's still very much for Hughes to lose, but Ross has rallied. And there's more from Montgomery.
140.
He's thinking to himself, why couldn't I do that earlier in the match?
Yes, we're seeing something like what Montgomery can produce,
121.
but he's running out of time with Hughes still throwing darts like that. Couple of loose ones. Needs a treble,
22.
gets another one. And a yell. He's angry.
Hughes on 323. Good shot. 140, excellent.
Well, that was a hiss.
Didn't like something, did he?
Well, he won't like these darts. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, he gave up, tossed the final dart, smack in the middle of the treble 20.
Hughes 183 now. Just trying to maintain composure despite what else might be happening up there on the stage.
97.
It's a good last dart.
Well, Hughes just needs to keep his cool here because Montgomery looks
95.
like he's gone.
Jamie, you
He'd
require
given up
86.
on that last one, and this is 86 now to close it out for England's Jamie Hughes. Treble 18. Oh, he's into the big 4, so it might have to be bull here. Single 17, and Montgomery
46. Ross should acquire 164.
on 164. Treble 18 gives him a shot at bull. He couldn't, could he? No. So Hughes will be back with tops.
96.
Here he comes then. Is this
Jamie
the moment?
require 40.
Another chance to win this match. Tops is all it needs. That's a good marker. And the adjustment in off the
And the
barrel.
match.
Victory
Jamie Hughes.
by 3-0. Few, well, what shall we say, interesting shenanigans up there on the stage, but ultimately Montgomery massively underperformed tonight, and Hughes winning it ultimately pretty comfortably, 3-0.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the players leave the stage, Ross Montgomery, and through to the second round, Yozza Jamie Hughes.
thought see Jamie Hughes through to the last 16, but it's something of a surprise that he won that match so comfortably. The reaction from the players' bar is coming up, and Ross Montgomery's reaction will be as interesting as that of Jamie Hughes.